Hi, it's Susan Jagannath here. I'm testing my first webinar. I'm hoping that people can see it. The stream rate seems to be a bit low. So I'm not sure what we can do about that because the Ethernet is connected in. So I'm just trying to set up. As you can see, this is my actual study where I write all my books and do all my work. It's not very tidy. I don't have a special study. It's my living room. Okay. So thanks for watching, and we'll be starting at 8 o'clock in 4 minutes. So if anyone is here, can you pop over into the live chat? Possibly the live chat on YouTube and talk to me there. So is anyone there? Sorry about that. So let me just check my control room settings to see if I can improve the bit rate. Apparently the bit rate is a bit low, but I think that's to do with Australia and not anywhere else. So is anyone there? Can you say hello in the YouTube channel and say if you can hear and see fine? Okay, I'm watching the chat. With Google Hangouts, it looks like we have 2 chats. So did you say something? Yeah, okay. Hello, Nick. Okay. So we have Nicholas watching. Nicholas is my tech support for today. I'm very lucky to have a tech support. So he'll be dropping links and doing other stuff and checking that the sound and the vision is okay. So I really not very sure how to improve this throughput. I have connected my computer to the Ethernet and not wireless, hoping for a better throughput. I've also got the room ready. We're live from my sitting room. I forgot that Thursday is garbage collection day. So if you hear the sound of a large truck backing up, that's what it's doing. And one truck has already been and gone early in the morning. I'm hoping the next one will go before we actually start, or will come later in the day. Yes, so we are ready to go. It's just 2 minutes to start, and I'm really excited to be here. I've done Facebook Live a lot, but I haven't been doing a webinar. I haven't done my own webinar ever, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'm excited about helping people start their book. If you have a book in you, you know, you probably not started it because you don't know how. There are lots of books on how to write books. There are lots of courses on how to market your books, but they kind of skim over just starting the book. So that's what I'm going to do in another 2 minutes, when we hope we have some more people joining us. So there are 5 people watching. Hello, people. Say hi. Who's here? I can see 5 people are watching. So yeah, so that's thank you and welcome. As you can see, I'm ready for this. When we start at 8 o'clock, we'll have 1 minute of me welcoming you, and then I'll come into the slides. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so 1 minute to go, and we're going to do this. So yeah, I hope the stream is okay. So we've got 5 people watching, 2 likes. Thank you so much. You're like great, whoever's watching. Tell me who you are in the chat. Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for joining. My first person to sign up for my seminar was Tiffany. I'm so excited to have you here. I hope you get good value out of this, Tiffany. And I can see that you've also started your own website, doing great with Soul. So that's really good. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. So we have 5 people, and it is now 8 o'clock. It's showtime, people. I'm going to start the seminar. So hi, this is Susan Jagannath, and welcome to my first webinar on Get That Book Right Out of Your Head. Yeah, so if you start a book right, you're going to start that book and you're going to finish the book. So this seminar is about how you can start your book. I'm assuming that you want to write a book and you don't know where to start. So this is how to start that book off. And we'll spend about 45 minutes on that. And after that, there'll be Q&A. And at the end of it, I'll be dropping some links into the chat. So yeah, so I'm Susan Jagannath. I'm your host for today. I'm going to take you through starting your book in the easiest way which possibly suits you, because everyone is different. So the idea is that I'm assuming that you have, let me make it quite clear, this is a non-fiction book, not a fiction book, because it is pitched to business owners or new coaches who want to set up themselves as an authority in their field. So it's set to you. The book is really the easiest way to start. So let's now go into the wonders of Google Chat. And I'll switch over to this. I'll switch over to the screen. Okay, can you see that? Okay, so here we go. So as you can see, it's get that book right out of your head. And I hope that you can see the screens what we're talking about. So yeah, as you can see, it's get that book right out of your head. You've definitely got a book inside you. And what we're going to do in this is we're going to learn how to start your book. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to discover your book genius. Yep, everyone has a book genius, regardless of what you say. You have a book inside you, especially if you have done something like starting a business, whatever type of business it may be. If you are a coach, if you're doing something different, you have a book in you. So we're going to discover what your particular book genius is. We're going to work out. What are the steps you need to do. I'm a great proponent of doing everything step by step. Well, you can't climb a staircase without starting on the first step. So we're going to look at those steps. We're going to get out a book trigger plan. So before a book outline, we're going to get a trigger plan on getting that book out of your head. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you all the slides. And in the slides, you have a book plan and a trigger plan, which you can use as a start for your book. And you can, yeah, so we're not going to be going with that old idea that you have to sit at a desk and write a book and spend long hours doing it. You're going to do something quite different. So yeah, so you're not going to be sitting around on your at your desk writing a book using my method. Yeah, but do stay sitting around today, because that's what I need you to do. Okay, so is everyone seeing the slides? Are people seeing the slides? Yeah. Okay. So I hope you did your homework, people. You had some homework. It's okay. If you didn't do the homework, that's also okay. If you've done your homework, thanks, Tiffany. Thanks, you can see them. So yes, I did give you homework, and it's not that difficult. I wanted you to look at rev.com. This is to allow you to transcribe stuff. I wanted you to look at gmail.com to set up a separate account for yourself as an author. It just keeps things tidier, because if you have a separate account on gmail.com, you'll also get Google Sheets, you'll get Google Docs, you'll get G Drive. So that will give you a separate area in your life which is just for starting your book. I encourage you to have Facebook. I'm pretty sure everyone has Facebook. You can use Facebook Live to do stuff. I use Facebook Live a lot to generate a lot of content just for fun. I encourage you to have an Amazon account. You must go into Amazon.com and have an Amazon.com account, because you have to set up a KDP account. So later on, we're going to in the next module, I'm going to show you how to set up a KDP module, because once you're in KDP, you are an author. But don't go checking it now. I want you to stay focused, and I want you to stay focused on this, because we just have to start your book. Okay. Oh, it looks like we are stopped presenting, so that's interesting. I might need to restart this. I'm sorry, guys. Something's happened here. So, okay. So, why do we want to do a book? Yeah. Why do you want to do a book? So, the book is still the lowest possible, easiest way to establish yourself and get yourself out in the market. It's also the quickest startup enterprise which you can have. Writing a book, if you already have an enterprise, is the best way to be recognized as an authority, especially if you're a new person and nobody's listening to you. People think you're just someone who's trying to market yourself, promote yourself all the time. So if you have a book out, it does two things. It sets you up as an influencer in your field, and more importantly, what it does is that it helps you to understand that you are an author, and you get some posture and you get confidence in your business and in your coaching, whatever you have. If you have a book out there, it's so much better for everything. So a book will, you've probably got heaps of skills, but you have not got a channel to take it out to the world, to the wider world. You might be you might have a very small list and a few clients, but you're highly localized. You want to get out to the world. And today, really, the internet has leveled the field for all of us, right? You can get over, you have the same channels to advertise, to promote your books, which people had, huge companies with a lot of money had to have in the past. You have that today. So, why not a book is my question. Why not a book? So you don't have to, you don't have to worry about that. And once you have a book, it will do amazing things for your confidence. I know that, right? Okay. So, right, imagine your credibility. Yeah, if you were this lady, okay, we all know who she is, but you'll have huge credibility just being published. You don't need to be a huge bestseller and be making millions. But when you start out, if you have a book when you start your business or when you're just at a newbie stage, you get a huge amount of credibility. You can then have something which you can approach media about. You can be interviewed on radio, you can have podcasts, and all this helps you to build up your list. So what you can do is that allows you to concentrate on the work you love and not spending time on promotion. And what it does really, the most important thing is that imposter syndrome. Yeah, it totally goes away because you've got that book in your hand, you've got it on Kindle, there are people reading it. It's amazing when you get your first sale of a complete stranger, not your mother or your husband doesn't count. When you get your first review from a complete stranger, it's an amazing feeling. So all of us need validation, and doing a book really does great things for you. So, I would encourage you to think about writing your book. And if the main problem was starting it, that's what we're here for today. Okay, so who am I? Yep, that's me. You saw me think. I'm here to confirm my humanity. I'm not a robot, right? So I fulfill many roles in my life. The funny thing is, I've spent my whole life writing, right? I've been a technical writer, writing enormously complex books. I've written, I don't know how many books for other corporations. If you know how to use this computer, and if you do almost anything on a computer, somewhere someone might have read one of my manuals and created it. Even you might have read a manual of mine, but it never had my name on it. And because of that, I didn't feel right. I didn't feel that I was an author, even though of course I was. So that all changed when I wrote my book on the Camino Inglés. And you can see the date over there, August 24, 216. I got the magic flash. Yeah, that's even better than the golden snitch. Yeah? That flash shows that it's a bestseller in its category. So you know what? Becoming a bestseller may not be your goal, right? It may not be your goal, but why not? If you might want to just have a book out there to give to your clients. You might have a book out there to generate speaking opportunities, but that's what you need. And it doesn't matter if you're not a bestseller, but it's not that hard to become a bestseller if you follow the steps and if you're on a topic which people really need. So the first thing to becoming a bestseller is obviously starting. Okay, so why would you want to listen to me, right? You can check me. I'm not going to talk on this. We don't have much time, so I'm not going to show you those screens of all the wonderful things about me. You can check me out if you don't know me. You can find me on LinkedIn. I've got heaps of references there, glowing references on my professional writing. I get calls from agencies all the time asking me if I want a job. And I'm actually I work full-time for another company doing technical writing. So I'm not really looking for work. But after I put on LinkedIn that I was a best-selling author, the amount of inquiries which I got was amazing, really. People who hadn't bothered to connect with me for ages or hadn't talked to me for ages or were busy connecting with me. And that was good. Okay, so I've got on Amazon, I've got, the book is called The Camino Inglés. We have 58 raving reviews and 1 bad review. Yeah, okay, there's 1 bad review. The person said it wasn't a spiritual and cultural book, but I'm sorry, I'm not a spiritual and cultural person, but hey, that might give me an idea for my next book. I might write a spiritual and cultural book. Who knows? But there are 58 reviews and 1 bad review. And getting that 60th review is driving me insane because people are not reviewing anymore. So it's kind of depressing me a bit. So if you were to look at the Camino Inglés today, you'll see, I don't know what the ranking is. On Amazon, the ranking goes up and down. It's like a slippery monkey on a slippery pole. And on Twitter, I have, I think I have 10.3 followers today. 10,300 followers today on Twitter. So yeah, I have quite a following on Twitter. But most importantly, the reason you should listen to me is because last year at this time, I had no idea of how to even start on this journey. So this whole thing of how to start a book, how to start a business is fresh in my mind. And I can still feel the frustration and the inability to do things. Yeah, Tiffany, thanks. So I can still feel the frustration. So I know this sounds strange, but the more you know about a thing, the less effective you can be when you've been doing it for a long time. So that's why I'm doing this, starting a book while I'm really fresh in my, it's really fresh in my mind, because I know that when I write technical books as well, if I, when I'm first into learning about it, that's when I write the best, because I make no assumptions. I can still feel how people feel about it. But what we're doing is, so that's why I'm doing it now. So that's me. I'm spending a lot of time on starting your book, because you remember the 80-20 rule, right? Your 80-20 rule is, if you spend 20% of your time planning, you're going to have that 80% done much quicker. And of course, there are all the other rules. 80% of writers, only 20% of writers succeed because they're the ones who follow the 80-20 rule and do the planning. So let's see how to start this journey. Okay, enough on that. So let's start. The first thing we're going to do is to discover your book genius. Yes, you do have a book genius, right? Maybe you should take some notes, but even if you believe you can't write a book, you do have a particular style of learning. You do have a particular style of communication. You have a personality which is authentically you. So the best way to do this is to find out more about yourself, because it's you who's writing the book. You need to be happy about it. You need to find your book genius. You need to find the style of what is really good for you, because the happier you are, the better you will start. And it's not about willpower and sitting down and torturing yourself and saying, I'm going to do it. You need to be happy to write. You need to get into the zone. So that's, you need to really find your book genius, because your book genius is what's going to take you along the time when you find it difficult. Okay, so I'm going to start with you, right? We are not going to, in the normal we're not going to start with someone else, right? We're going to start with you, because that's what's important when you're in a creative venture like a book, right? Even though you may not think of yourself as an author, I want you to start thinking yourself as an author, and an author is a creator. So don't think about your ideal reader. Don't think about your ideal client avatar. All those things you need to do with your business coach or with someone else at another stage. At this point, we want to concentrate at the start on what is your author persona, right? You need to find out about you, not about anything else. And I find this is one of the things which really messed me up when I was starting a book. Was I'd read everything about writing to your ideal reader, finding your ideal client, and all of that just puts stress on you. When you're a creative, start with yourself. You know yourself, right? You know yourself, and you can just examine that a bit and find out how you can make a start in the best way. So yes, you do need a topic which people want to write about, but you're in business, you're writing for business, so you probably know your topic. Right? You probably know about 10 topics. So just don't worry about it. Think of knocking out your author persona. So what is your author persona? Let's work that out. So let's start with you. What's your passion? Right? What is something which you're passionate about? After that, you need to give proof on that passion, and that proof needs to have some numbers so that it rings true. So, for example, say I'm a health coach, and I'm passionate about cooking healthy food, right? So I would say I'm passionate about cooking healthy food for my family. I've invented over 100 new recipes which I've used on my family and friends over the last 10 years. And now I want to share this with you. So there you have the three things. You had the passion, you had the proof, the 100 recipes and the 10 years, and you had the ask. Your ask was, I want to share these recipes with you. So that was your author pitch if you were a recipe book writer or even a health coach doing something on nutrition. So if you have those three things, can you try it out and put it in your pitch? If anyone's listening, try that out. Get a passion, and some people may say, "Oh, what's my passion? I don't know what my passion is." But what is something which really fires you up? What lights you up? What do you feel really happy about when you when you think about yourself when you get up in the morning? Or if you are now if you're now doing something you don't really like, think about a time when you were doing something you really loved and you were so happy about it. Probably that was your passion. Right? So what you need to do is you need to also then deliver some proof. The proof now, like I've invented 100 recipes which I've tried on my family and friends. That proof is not. It's sort of, yes, it is for the other person, but it is also for you, right? It's a proof. It needs some data points. It needs some numbers, because that's what your brain latches onto. And we're talking about your brain now because we're trying to get your brain fired up. Of course, this is important for the readers. Okay, so but it's going to be much more important for you, because remember what we're doing. We're finding your book genius. We're finding your persona. People connect with people. People don't read books. People read authors, right? When was a lot, we would read Harry Potter. We would say Harry Potter. We were connecting with Harry Potter in not necessarily the book. And after that, when Harry Potter series got over, we were ready to read anything which J.K. Rowling wrote, because we had really connected with J.K. Rowling. So that's what you need. You need to build yourself up, and you need to feel that confidence in yourself as an author. So, for example, what could I say about myself? I could say this, right? I love technology, and I love finding out how things work. I've made this into a career as a technical writer, and I've written over 56 technical manuals, online help, and websites. It's used by hundreds of thousands of people in many different industries. Now I'm writing a book for myself. I'm writing a book to teach people how to start writing books. And as a technical writer, I'm very good at breaking things down into small pieces. Okay, so that was my author pitch. So what happened? If you've done your author pitch, you just said you were an author. You reset it in your brain. So you've got an author pitch. Congratulations. I'm waiting to see some author pitches in the chat, people. Let me see your author pitches. Anyone done an author pitch? I'm waiting. Go along and put it in. Yeah, don't be shy. There's nobody else here. Okay, you can work on it. Okay, so it's your style and your start, right? Getting a good start is really important. Let's start this journey. Maybe that picture wasn't very good, okay? But a book is a journey, and starting the book, you're at the start of your journey. The journey is important, not the destination. Okay, with a book, you're starting the journey. You want to go. You want to start right. Okay, so as I said, getting a good start is 80% of the game, even if your plan is 20% of the time. So let's look at your author persona. Let's look at your personality. How do you learn best, right? Are you a person who loves the written word? Do you reread every ebook? You write a lot of notes. You scribble aloud. Probably then you're a person who likes words. Or you might be a person who likes to communicate visually, right? So that could be what you like to do. Is that you might be a person who likes sounds. You might be a person who thinks visually in pictures. So really, you need to match your start to your preference, because it's really important that you get into the right gear of your personality. Okay, if you are if you are a person who doesn't like writing, but you like to talk, you need not to force yourself to do a written start, because guess what? It's not going to happen very well. Okay. So how is the reading? How is the quality of the slides? I just got a feedback that the slides may not be very readable, right? Anyone? Are the slides readable? Or should I make it bigger? Not sure how to do this. Is that a bit bigger? I just got, okay. Is that better? Okay. So anyway, let's just go ahead with this. So we were talking about your style and your start. Okay, so if you love the written word, what do you do if you love the written word? Just start directly with a mind map, right? No, you're not going to start writing your book now. You're going to just take a pen and paper, take a blank sheet, and don't worry about going to the computer or anything. Just take a blank sheet and just chuck your topics down there in any order. A good thing to do is to time yourself. Set yourself up in the time, 50 to 30 minutes maximum. Right? At the end of this, you're trying to get every topic out of your brain and onto that paper in any old way. So what happens now is that you have a mind map, right? Okay. So what happens if you love to talk? Okay. What happens if you love to talk? Well, start recording with rev.com and right, start recording with rev.com or with any other app for recording. The good thing about rev.com is you can send it off for transcription, and when you get it back, you can use that file for your mind map. So yeah, this is your style if you like to talk. Some people, and I think that includes me as well, you need to talk to think, right? As you talk, you start thinking more, and that's the style of person. And if that's you, you can talk into your phone now. Get this. You can do that anytime. You don't have to be sitting at your desk. You can have rev.com on your phone. You can be walking about, doing your, be in the gym, jogging, or maybe not jogging. I really don't want you to be concentrate. I want you to be looking around when you're running, but you get the idea. It will take you a maximum 15 minutes. Just talk every topic into your phone, just in single words, right? Just in single words, take it away and you can get a transcribed copy back, and that will then go off. Okay, so do you love pictures? So remember, video is pictures, right? You can either, the mind map kind of is visual as well. You can also do things like drawing. You can either do little sketches, or you can draw, or you can just use video. Start live casting. That's why I said Facebook Live, right? Or set it to private. You don't have to set it to private, set it to unlisted. You don't want anybody else to see it. Yeah. Don't worry about the order. Just start talking about it. Do a series of Facebook Lives. You'll be amazed how much content you get out of a Facebook Live chat or a YouTube video. You're just getting there and talking will give you a lot of content. So make a list of topics. Don't worry about the order, and then you can send it off for transcription or use the file for your mind map. Right? So the good thing about using Facebook Live, or this is for someone who may not be someone who thinks they're a writer, is you can use it to do your first video. For example, if you were writing a book on home organization, say, right, you can do a little Facebook Live or YouTube video on how to tidy up your room, right? Or just set it up on a tripod. Just do it and record yourself doing it. So there you go. You've got to start for your book right there. Send it off for transcription. What's really good about this video is you can tidy it up, and it can become your book trailer, or it can become the first topic in your book, right? For example, you could do a screencast if you were going to document an app, right? Or if you're documenting software, do a screencast, add the on how to start. You can do a screencast on how to start the app. It's a rich way to start your book off. So anything, right? If you're writing a recipe book, you can, I think people who watch my Facebook Live have seen, if you're trying a recipe book, you can do one recipe, right? You can do one recipe on your Facebook Live, and then guess what? That becomes the first recipe in your book. So at this point, literally, if you've already created a significant amount of content, and I would say that, right, you're already an author, okay? So I don't know if you look like him, but anyway, if you've already, just with your mind map, you would have anything between 500 to 1,000 words written. And that's a start, right? That's a start. You didn't have 2,000 words before, you didn't have 200 words before, you've got it written down, and that is a start. You've started it. You can call yourself an author. I give you permission, okay? Call yourself an author, okay? So, so now I'm going to go into a method. So that was calling yourself an author and making a start. The other thing which I wanted you to do was, what I do is I gamify your writing. Make it a game, because we want to make it into fun, right? Make it a game, because you really need to measure yourself as well. Even though you're creative, I don't want you to just keep rambling on and writing. What you need to do is you need to measure things. You need to write so much a day. You do need to follow steps, and this can be quite boring. So I don't want you to get bored with it. You won't get bored with it if you gamify it. So that's what gamification is really. It's really popular now. People are using it for everything. Right? So what you do is you make something which is not a game. The idea of gamifying your writing is that games are something you do in your spare time. You do it for fun, right? So you're having fun while you're playing the game. So when you gamify your writing, that's what you're doing. The idea of gamification is also that it helps you to make keeping stats fun and empowering. Okay, so let's just look at it. If you don't believe me, right? Gamification keeps things moving. It doesn't allow procrastination. It doesn't allow you to stop. And when you start, that's what's really important. So look at Pokemon Go. Okay, Pokemon Go is a game, but it was a game which gamified another game. So the idea of Pokemon Go was not to play the game. The actual thing which the authors wanted to do was to change the behavior. They wanted people to get up and walk and run about. And the astonishing thing about that is that if you they applied the rules of the game to catch Pokemon. That was a chunk. You had to catch Pokemon and you had to go from place to place. So you had to have a progression. All this is very much like book writing. You chunk it all down, and does it work? Let's see if it works. Right? So running about, look at this. I checked this today or a couple of days ago. 277 results in books on Pokemon. Okay, so people took this and wrote 177 books, and some of them are bestsellers. You can see this bestseller is really it's a really simple book. It's just a game guide and a master walkthrough. They're just talking about it, and they had a bestseller on it, right? And it's selling at $380, so it's not a $99 or a freebie. So gamification works. Running about catching Pokemon. Who would have thought that you can apply it to writing? And I must admit that I did play Pokemon Go in the beginning when it came out. For a few weeks, I was quite enthralled by it. And I was astonished that within 2 weeks of Pokemon coming out, there were over a dozen books already on Amazon about Pokemon. So gamification works, right? It works because, it works because they were authors. You can see in Pokemon, they were authors running about and writing. It's a bit crazy, right? What we want to do is we want to use gaming techniques to encourage behavior. And we're going to use these gaming techniques to encourage you to start your book. Okay? So what do you do? Okay, so to gamify, we need a system and a doable action plan. We need simple, repeatable steps. Every step is going to be a short task with a beginning and an end. When you finish a short task, a chunk of writing, you get that thrill, right? You're going to, that's the immediate reward. You finish the task, you get a reward. So basically what we do is write in short chunks, right? Or decide to write in short chunks. Decide now at the start what you're going to do. You're going to sit down and work for 20 minutes and write 200 words, 500 words. Making this visible on a checklist or something and tick it off is what you can do to start your book. For example, when I used to play Pokemon Go, okay, I played Pokemon Go. Don't judge me. I used to play it at lunchtime, right? I would say half an hour and I just play it. Now, instead of playing Pokemon Go, you could say, in my lunch break from my real job, I can write half an hour. You could write up to 1,000 words easily, or you could start with 200 words, right? So if you sat and wrote every day, 5 days of the week, you would end up with 3,000 words by the end of the week. But decide what fits you and your life. Remember, coming back to the author persona, it doesn't matter. Pick a time, make it something easy to do, and that's what you will do. As you say, the best exercise is the exercise which you will do. The best writing is the writing which you will do. Okay? So there's no point in saying that you're going to write for 8 hours a day. Right? When that is going to, maybe you'll do it one, the second day you're going to have to get up and bring the kids back from school, you've got to go and visit someone, you have to go to the shops, you also have to eat and drink, right? You have to be kind to yourself. So with gamification, pick something, decide what you're going to do, pick and say, I'm going to write 1 hour a day, I'm going to write 300 words a day. Put that down, that's enough, you're going to succeed, right? The other thing, apart from the intrinsic reward of finishing something, give yourself plan in your start what your reward is, right? Your reward will keep you focused, just like a game. It can just even be a checklist stuck onto the wall, which you check off and you look at every day. It's amazing how motivating that is. Or you can say, I'm going to finish this chapter, and at the end of this chapter, I'm going to go and I'm going to have a coffee, or I'm going to sit down and call my mother or call my friend and have a chat. So it gives you energy to start focused, start and keeping focused while also becoming, very working with your persona. I mean, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, I can hear the truck coming out. I hope you can't hear it, but it's. I might wait for that. So. Right, so that's a short chunk. So rewards, what we're doing are challenges. We now have the challenges. I have a big truck outside. I hope you can hear me. Right, we have challenges outside. So give yourself a challenge. So how are we going? Are people following along? Is the video okay? Right. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Christina, I got your messages. Really, the chat, if you go at the back, you'll probably be able to chat in YouTube. The chat in Google Hangouts it's not disabled, it just doesn't work. It is actually enabled, but I find that you can't chat. So I'm sorry about the quality of the slides. Apparently they're not very good. So I really don't know about what to do about it. Okay, so the next thing to do is challenges. I'm just trying to improve the stream. Okay, thanks, Tiffany. How's the quality? I really don't know what. Sometimes I think we are in a third world country. We have such poor internet quality. Even though I've hooked it up, I've got broadband that's supposed to have good quality. People are saying it's blurry. Okay, so let's set yourself challenges, right? In gamifying, what we're looking at, you're setting the times, deciding when you write. This is important when you start. Decide when you have the time to write and stick to it. You're looking for easy goals with quick wins, right? You're even looking for challenges. So set yourself challenges. You have a plan for your book, but sometimes say, if I'm going to write 1,000 words a day, on particular days, on weekends, can I try for 1,500? Set yourself challenges with yourself. Do challenges with other writers. The most important thing is to have other writers. So join Facebook groups. There are hundreds of masterminds and author groups on Facebook, which you can join, and you can encourage one another and post what your progress is. But again, this is personal preference. If it works for you to work in public, do it. If it doesn't, just don't, you might want to keep it quiet that you're writing a book. It depends on what people are in your life. I don't know. If there are people in your life who don't support you with writing a book, maybe you need to think about that. Anyway, if you don't want to tell anyone, at least have one person as an accountability buddy, a friend. Bring them up every day, and that becomes part of your challenge. So you bring them up and say, I did this many words today. And you just have to tell them they just have to listen to you. They don't have to give you solutions. Just have someone there to talk to. So that was my suggestion, was to gamify your writing. It'll get you to get a book plan, right? So once you've decided to gamify your writing, you've got a plan, you've got a start, you've got something written down, and right. So what we're doing now is we're getting a book plan, and once you have a book plan, I need to warn you, you are on a dangerous path. Your book plan is going to be also a launch trigger, and you want to keep it very broad and very simple at the start. Once you have a book plan, right, you are going to start your book, and you're going to finish it, and you're going to be an author. But at the beginning, this could be scary. You can see that quote by Cheryl Strayed, who wrote Into the Wild. Right? When you actually know what you want to do, it's really scary, because then you have to go and do it. You don't have the luxury, or you don't have the excuse of saying, I don't know what I want to do. Right? Very often that is an excuse. You really know what you're going to do. So at the end of this, when you have a book plan, you have something tangible, and you have to start on your book now. You can start on your book, and you can really, really enjoy it. So we've got a book plan. Okay, so now we've got the amazing cascading plan. We're going to turn your mind map into a table of contents. So this is what sometimes people call an outline or whatever, but because you're writing a book, we're going to call it a table of contents, and it's a non-fiction book. So you really want to see a table of contents there. You're going to have a level 1, that's your top level. You're going to put down topics, which are big topics, which are the major levels of what you have, right? Underneath each level, you're going to have your level 2 topics, which are your secondary topics about the top level, and under your secondary topics, you're going to have your third level, really. So yes, so you're creating At level 2, you can, at each level, you can create a mind map again for each level and do that, and then put it into the outline. That way, if you create a mind map and each time put it into your outline, into your table of contents, you're going to have a very comprehensive table of contents. And this is why I say probably you're going to have more than 20% of the book already written, because you know you're literally going to go in and just fill in the blanks. So it's going to be like a game of filling in the blanks, right? So what do we do? Say, let's give you an example. Okay, so say you're going to say you're going back to say you're a health coach, and we'll go with that old nutrition example. Okay, so say you have healthy. You're going to do you're going to do healthy eating. So go back and create. You're going to create healthy eating. Your whole book is on health, and your mind map for level 1 is healthy eating. Now, what is your subtopics under healthy eating? It could be nutrition, right? What are the nutritional elements you need to get? And all the nutritional elements will be level 2. So protein, good carbs, supplements, or vegetables, whatever you, macronutrients, micronutrients. And the other element could be, how do you cook these in a healthy fashion? Right? So those would be your subtopics, and you'll get your level 2 topics over there. So you could work that out. And at this level, you go into each level 2 topics, create a mind map for your level 2 topics, and add the topics in your first mind map. Okay. So after that, you've got your level 3 topics, and that's what you've done. So I want you to have only 3 topics, right? 3 levels. Don't have more than 3 levels for your first book. So let's take another example. For example, if we were talking about, well, I love camping, so let's talk about camping. Say we were talking about camping in Australia. So level 1 topic would be, you could say geographically, okay? Camping in Australia, and each state would be a level 1. So you'd have Queensland, New South Wales, Western Australia. That would be level 1. Level 2 topics in that would be which are the campsites in that particular state, and that would be your level 2 topics. And your level 3 topics underneath that would be what is the facilities in that particular campsite. So there you've got your 3 levels, and you've already got a pretty comprehensive book on camping over there. Okay, so that would that gives you your table of contents right there. So you can do this with anything really. Just make sure you get your level 1s, and you take your mind map and map them into the levels. And if you don't have enough for a level, do a mind map for that level. Are you with me? Yes. So yeah, it's still Tiffany. Thanks, Tiffany. Okay, so now you've got your book plan. Those were the levels, right? You had your book plan. What you'd add is you add your front matter and you add your back matter. So your front, remember when you start your book, I'm making you start in the middle. I'm not asking you to start at the start, because you need to add your front matter after you've written the rest of your book, really. And in your plan as well, add your front matter, your preface, your introduction, add it after you've got your book done, right? And your back matter, you could add your, if you're writing a reference, if you've used references, say that nutrition example, if you were going to give references and quotes from people who are known authorities in the field, make sure you add a bibliography at the end. Make sure you add references at the end. You could also add a glossary at the end. Remember, you're trying to build up authority. Give people everything, so you don't go anywhere else. Now, I suggest that you do this in Google Sheets, or just do it on paper. Print it out and put it up. And this is going to be your master book plan for the entire writing process. Have your Google Sheets printed out. Have your paper. Keep it really simple. Print it out, and as you get over it, just check it off, and it's going to be done really quick. Okay, so let's get to your trigger plan for a quick start. Right? So this is this is going to be in your slides. You can take it off. So the first thing you need to do is to find your author persona. What's your style? Are you going to do it with a mind map? Are you going to do it visual? Are you going to do it with a mind map? Are you going to do it with an audio, or are you going to do it with a video? So decide that, and that's your trigger plan. Tick off one. You don't have to tick all. Outline your book. Make sure you have level 1, level 2, and level 3 topics. Right? Have an action plan. This is your action plan of what. Yeah, I'm sorry, the formatting on this hasn't been done very correctly. Right? Your action plan is what are your words per day or per week, and what are your rewards, and what are the challenges and accountability which you're going to set in place. So this is your plan for a really quick start. You know yourself, you know your style, you've got an outline, and you've got a plan, right? So it's not just talk. You've got a plan, and you're going to execute on it because you've gamified it and you've made it into a checklist. So that's your trigger plan. And here's your book outline, okay? Really simple. Your book outline, that's an actual book outline. You can use that as well. Print it out and use it. What's you've got your front matter. Remember, your front matter and preface and introduction are going to come at the end. Then you have your level 1 topic. Under your level 1 topic, you have your level 2 topics and your level 3 topics. Right. So it's sorry again, this formatting hasn't come out very correctly. But you repeat your level. You go back and repeat 7 times, not more than 10 times. So that means what I'm telling you is you should have 7 level 1 topics, or definitely not more than 10. And once you start mind mapping, you're going to find that you might have more than 10. But for your first book, and when you're starting, I really suggest you keep it to 7 level 1s, and definitely not more than 10. Because remember, we're trying to make it short and sweet. We're trying to get you started. If you see a table of contents with like 200 level 1s, you're going to close the. You're never going to write that book. So what I want you to do is to just have level 1, 7 of them, because when you actually see that in front of you, you say, I can do this, and you can get it done. Okay. So at the back matter, put in your glossaries or references, anything else you need to put in. Definitely put in a request to review. You must put in a request to review at the end, because you're going to need that, because we're going to take this into Amazon. You want people to read it. Okay, we're coming to an end. You did it. Congratulations, right? You started your book, right? I'm suggesting that you use Google Sheets or Doc or anything, whatever is easiest. Don't start learning new tools now, because I know with me it's terrible. If you give me a new technology tool, that's it. I'm learning it and I don't do anything else. So when you want to start your book right, start it in the simplest possible way. Do not start learning any new tool. Don't read about all these fancy tools which people have for writers. Just don't do that. Just start with Google Sheets or Doc, and we'll go from there. So what have we done so far? You actually, in these 45 minutes, I hope you've got a trigger plan, you've got a book outline, and you know how to start your book, right? So really, we're trying to get you started on your book. I want you to only think on your start plan and really work on the start plan. You can get this done in a maximum of 2 hours, or you can do it over 2 days, 1 hour a day. Your mind mapping is what will take you time. Again, when you're doing your mind map, do not go off and research anything. Just get it done. Okay, so that was get that book right out of your head. So no fear. I hope you don't have any fear of the blank screen or the blank page. You can draw, scribble, talk, video yourself, or Facebook Live yourself. You can be walking or running, doing anything. The idea is all these activities will get the book right out of your head. You don't have to think of yourself as sitting down and just writing page after page and word after word at the desk. You don't have to do that anymore. If you want to, you can do it. If that's your author persona, go ahead and do it. But you don't have to. You've got many other ways. So I do hope that you got benefit out of this, right? And it was clear to you. So this webinar is only the first. Module. In the next masterclass stroke worksheet, I go through things in great detail, and you can join me in that again. I would love to get feedback from you. What topics you're interested in? What do you want to learn about getting started? And anything else like that. So I think I'll drop a few. Can you drop the slides? Can you drop the slide? Yes. So in the YouTube chat, I think Christina, if you open the YouTube chat, you'll be able to find the chat over there. Oh, okay, Christina. Christina has left us because the NBN is coming and has disconnected her. But that's okay, right? At least the NBN person didn't disconnect me. Okay, so I'll be dropping the chat over there. So this was the end of Get That Book Right Out of Your Head. We have the first module of a complete training in getting the book right out of your head. And next, find out how to get the topics for your books done quickly. More topics and strategies for a whole range of books. I might stop because you can't get it. Yeah. And how to start your author platform. So, okay, so this is the link to register for. This is the link to register for the next module. Okay. Okay, so what I will do is I will send out the links. Apparently, let me try. I was trying to drop the links for you, but I will try and I'll try and get the links to you into the Hangout. Yeah, so stop presenting. Here we are. Hi, thanks for watching. I'm not sure what happened to the quality of that, but I hope that it was useful to you, Tiffany, or anyone else who was watching. The 3 people watching now. I had a few watchers, so that's good. And those are the two links. Yep. I think they've become one way. Okay. That one is the link to register for the pre-order, and the other one is the link to register for the sales page if you want. Yeah, you should, Tiffany. I hope I made it easy for you. Are there any questions which you had? Yeah. Okay, so I managed to put the link. I think I had not given my tech support I think I had not given my tech support the permissions to post the link. So that's why there were no links over there. So those are the links. I also need to give you the link for the. I need to give you the link for the. Can you drop it in Facebook for me? The link to the slides so people can get the slides. Yeah. Yeah. What do you do, Tiffany? You can type it there, and we'll work out what type of book you could write. Yeah. I will have to see whether I can do live webinars at all. Apparently, the quality was not at all good, and there was a lot of lag. And I have allegedly good internet, and I don't know. Maybe my phone mobile internet may be better than this one. Who knows? Online. Yeah, so you could definitely write a book on that. You know, what are the areas of marketing which you can help people with, or you could write a book on how to get a virtual assistant, Tiffany, I know a lot of people, including myself, who are, when your business grows a bit, you start thinking of getting a virtual assistant. So a lot of us just don't know how to go about it. So you could write a book about that, how to get a good virtual assistant, and or maybe from the virtual assistant point of view, what kind of what kind of instructions are good for, how can you do your job, how can you help your virtual assistant to do your job right, by what information you give them. So that would be that could be a good book, really. So so I'm now going to drop the link to the I'm dropping the link to the copy of the slides here. Yeah, that's a link to the copy of the slides if you want them, Tiffany. So thanks so much for watching. We're coming to an end now. It's yeah, I can't believe it's really taken an hour. I feel the time has just flown, and I feel I could have talked so much more about each of those topics, but I was aware that it can get wearisome listening to too much. So I'm not sure whether I should do a masterclass or an online course. So yeah, if you have any ideas, that's good. So thanks for watching, and this replay will stay up live for some time, and I hope that people got benefit from it. I'm not sure how many people were watching, but it doesn't matter. At some stage, I did have live watchers and people who got benefit from it. So I will find out. Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks for watching. It's the start of the day for me. Have a think about what you wrote, or about what we talked, and you can have your outline done like tonight. Okay, I'm happy to help you out with that. As I said, the first 10 people who sign up for my online course or the online masterclass, it's currently on pre-order. If you're the first 10, we'll work together. Literally, we'll work together to get your outline done. You get a half-an-hour session with me, and you can do a lot in half an hour with me. Believe me, I'm a very good nagger. I can get people to do things. So thank you so much for watching. This was the first webinar of Get That Book Right Out of Your Head. It's also my first live webinar, and I trust that you enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed it. I've had a great time. So bye for now, and thank you so much. Come back for the next session.